What's going on YouTube? It's Brazen back here with another video for you guys. If you guys are enjoying the content, if you guys want to hit a like down below, subscribe if you guys are new here, and leave a comment letting me know you subscribe so I can welcome you to the family. And that being said, cue intro. What's going on YouTube, and welcome back to another Madden 20 video for you guys here today. As you can see, I am actually on Madden 19 once again, so you guys know what that means. We're going to be going over how to get ready for some upcoming promos, and I'll go over which promos those are. You guys might already have a little bit of an inclination to what they are, but we're going to go ahead and hop into sets so I can show you exactly how you kind of read this if you do have Madden 19 downloaded and you want to check it yourself or something like that. Obviously, we can see that NFL Draft is coming up, but this is probably not the next promo. This is probably a couple promos out. I don't know the exact day of the NFL draft, but I know it's not tomorrow or anything like that, which I do know something is going to come earlier than that, which is going to be in the seasonal sets, and it's going to be free agency. So we can kind of see this is the order of Madden 19. They had the Ultimate Kickoff, Heroes, was this Halloween, then Thanksgiving, Christmas, playoffs, Team of the Year, Super Bowl, Combine, and then free agency was the last seasonal one that they had. So free agency is what we're going to have this year, which you can kind of do some estimations of who it's going to be based off of the free agents. But I'm going to show you guys kind of what they had last year as well as what they're going to have. So it was Le'Veon Bell and Earl Thomas were the free agency masters. So you had to complete this set to earn your choice of either the 98 Lev Bell or the 98 Earl Thomas. So you had to add 92 to 95s as well as 86 to 89s and some 80 to 83. So we can see if we click on this list that a couple of the options that they had, there was a Tevin Coleman, a Sheldon Richardson, and a Dante Fowler. There might have been some more options, but this is just what we can see right now. Obviously, there's not going to be a lot in this auction house, but we can see this Dante Fowler had 88 speed at that 92 overall. He was a 92, and then there was a couple 95s as well, which was a Tevin Coleman, who was a really fast card, as well as this Sheldon Richardson. And then we see that there was also, like I said, the 86 through 89s that you could put in there. So Mike Wallace, Muhammad Wilkerson, Latavius Murray, pretty interesting as well. Mike Wallace was a really, really fast card. Latavius Murray, probably not that great. I mean, he had 93 speed, but I guess, not really a card people were probably sought after for this type of thing. But also, you could get an 80 plus for trophies or for tokens. Obviously, we don't do it for trophies or tokens anymore, but I would definitely assume we're going to have some sort of set like that where we're going to be able to put in, the 80 plus to get an 80 plus, put in players to get an 80 plus, or maybe like an 84 plus. It really depends on what overalls they're going to do. I don't see us getting a 98 overall master or 98 overall masters, I should say. I would assume we're probably going to get 97 overall masters, maybe about 95s for the second tier, and then, maybe a little bit lower for that. So I will go show you guys some of the challenges that we had for it. And what we could expect and things like that. Obviously, we can never show you store offers because they are no longer in here. But we can see free agency take the field against some of the top free agents. We got coins, and then obviously you got items, which last year they gave us scout items. Definitely see this to be changed towards the milestones. I definitely think it'll be sets where they give us points on the milestones, and then where the milestones gives us cards, and then we're able to put those cards into sets. I will go look up and see if we can see the overalls of the players, the masters. So we're going to go ahead and go in here, and we're going to go to program. Let's go, where is it? It's somewhere down here, NFL free agents. There it is. So let's go all the way to the highest overall. Obviously, there was a lot of low overalls as well, but that's not really of too much importance. So actually, it doesn't look like there's not many overall. And it does look like there was a Landon Collins LTD card who also was in here, which is good to know that there probably will be some limited times, which once again, he was a 98. I would assume, like I said, 97s. I don't see us getting a 98 overall master or 98 overall masters, but I could be wrong. So we had this Lev Bell card, who was a highly sought out free agent based off of last year, as well as Earl Thomas III. So those are really, really good players that are going to be the Masters. We can definitely assume that will be the next Masters as well. It really just depends on what they choose, but I definitely could see us getting a Tom Brady. I will put out a video with my predictions on that, just because that way you guys can have a kind of a list of who I think will get cards based off of the top sought out free agents and things like that. But I also want to go over the NFL draft promo and get you guys ready for that as well. So we're going to head back to the sets and start there. So if we drop down to the sets, we can see that they did have the NFL draft. They had subcategories. So the 2019 NFL draft, turn in draft pick players to earn players from the 2019 NFL draft. So you could basically complete the players or get the players of the draft by using different types of cards. So right here, we had to use a bunch of Saquons to go ahead and get the Nick Bosa. So what this was is the number 2 pick collectible you put into the Nick Bosa set, because Saquon was the number 2 pick the year before. And then same thing for Kyler. Baker Mayfield was the number 1 pick the year before. So basically you did that, and then it was all the way down of the first round. So pretty much everyone in the first round got pretty good cards, which is very interesting. I hope they do that again this year, just because it does give a lot of players. And if you get these players, it also could help a theme team if they're giving you 96 overalls, 95 overalls, things like that, especially for the teams. For instance, the Steelers last year would have got Devin Bush. Maybe if you're like on the Dolphins, you get a 96 overall D tackle, which could be super beneficial if you're on a theme team that doesn't have a lot of good players. There was also path to the draft. Chris Harris, undrafted master. So they also did an undrafted part, a late rounder set. And then they had a couple more late rounders as well, which a couple were legends. Or they had a first round master, Keyshawn Johnson, first round master, and then they had 2 late round masters. So that is pretty interesting. 1 offense, 1 defense. Some of the players are players that are still playing. Some of them are legend players, which is very interesting as well. And then the undrafted master was Chris Harris. I could see them going Chris Harris again, but I don't think they would want to go with the same exact player. But I don't think he has a lot of cards this year, so I could see that happening. And then there is the exchange sets, which of course they did it a little bit different, where you can turn in tokens or trophies to get some of these players, some of these collectibles and things like that. I definitely don't see them doing it for the same overalls. Or obviously the tokens and trophies. Maybe they'll have them for packs where you can get, the 95 for 391s and 485 to 89s, or whatever the case is for this promo. Definitely see them having sets for this as well. Like I said, it's going to be a little bit different, but it is very interesting that they have the NFL draft. So every pick of the draft you were able to get, and it was mimicked by the player that got drafted there the year before. So that is very interesting. I would like to see if they do it again. I don't think they'll do it where you have to put 72 in them. I could be wrong on that, but I think they'll go ahead and do it a little bit different this year if they go ahead and do these same sets. And then obviously, like I said, they had those undrafted first round masters and the late round masters, which is very interesting as well for the path to the draft to go ahead and get you ready. So I definitely see that being a little bit bigger of a promo when that time comes. We also did have solo challenges for that as well, if it lets us load in here. So path to the draft right here, 32 out of 94 complete. So each year, the NFL finds true gems in the draft. Play these solos to experience the best of the draft and earn the rewards. So 2019 NFL draft, you did this to get these collectibles. First round hero, it gave us a free overall player from the first round hero. So we could see it was Adrian Peterson, Hopkins, Joey Bosa, Quentin Nelson. A lot of people like that. And then it had the late round heroes, which is Sherman, Delaney Walker, and some other players, Ronald Jones, and just a lot of players that you could choose from. So I definitely see them doing something like that. They'll probably give us milestone versions. They might give us a full player. It really depends on what kind of promo this is decided to be and things like that, which could be very, very interesting in my opinion, because it should have a good amount of solo challenges to do. Hopefully that is the case and it does stay there, because that would be very, very interesting to do. So that being said, definitely let me know down below what you're most interested for in these promos. I really like these promos because you get to play with some rookies that don't get cards all year. Like the people that are coming in free agency, you get the high value players that are really top tier. But the NFL draft, you get players that aren't in the NFL yet. So it might be cool to get players like a CD Lamb, players like that, just that are really good that no one has yet, Chase Youngs and things like that. So that being said, drop a like on the video if you did enjoy it. Subscribe, turn on that post notification bell. And as always, I will see you guys next time.